3 years ago, 35-year-old Amy McAuley was due to stand trial for forging documents belonging to her former employer, who had employed her as a childminder for her children in order to obtain a €10,000 loan from KBC, and also for forging other documents belonging to a piano student of hers in order to unsuccessfully obtain a loan. Now, she first submitted a false medical certificate to say she was unfit to stand trial, and then she submitted false death certificates and created false death notices on RIP.ie from made-up funeral directors, and this of course led to the charges being dropped. Gardaí then later learned that Amy McAuley was in fact alive, and she was living in Icona in Fethard-on-Sea in County Wexford under a different name, and she was married with a child. And during the course of that investigation, they also discovered that she had been working remotely for a company in Northern Ireland, and she was in negotiations with them about obtaining a €96,000 death in service benefit. She had contacted them pretending to be someone else, telling them that Amy McAuley's daughter needed an operation, and as a gesture of goodwill they paid out €9,000. Now, Amy McAuley was also charged with stealing more than €58,000 from two other employers, with all these offences occurring between 2015 and 2023, when she was actually serving a 10-year suspended sentence for stealing over €110,000 from another employer. And Judge Orla, she eventually pleaded guilty to multiple charges, including theft, deception, forgery, perverting the course of justice and money laundering. And Judge Orla Crowe said today that these were not opportunistic offences, they were deliberately planned deceptions. And she said to fake her own death and pursue money for a purported operation and forge documents were egregious, on top of stealing from her employers, including in circumstances where she was entrusted with the care of young children, and that they also involved significant breaches of trust. Now, she took into account the fact that Amy McAuley is having a difficult second pregnancy and has had mental health difficulties throughout her life. She has been diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder, and she said it does recognise that Amy McAuley is remorseful, but she said there had to be a custodial sentence in this case. So she sentenced Amy McAuley to a total of 4 years in prison, but she said she would suspend the final 12 months for a period of 4 years on a number of strict conditions, including that she engaged with the probation services.